Okay, so although I have missed out on the opportunity to do my first 1-star with Estrid at Lavenham, I am hoping that we'll still get to do our first 1-star in August. So I believe there are only 4 FEI rides in the UK this year. One at the very start of the season at King's Forest, one at Royal Windsor that we did our 80k at, then another at Lavenham, and then the same organising team, Lauren and Anna, are also running Rushford Endurance. That is our very last FEI ride in the UK of the 2025 season. So we missed out on Lavenham, but I am hoping that maybe, just maybe, if we're lucky, we might get to go to Rushford in August. Now, I might not get to go, but what I did want to go through with people, as this channel was born from a desire to encourage people into endurance, to kind of hopefully bring a bit more of a spotlight to the sport that I love, and I absolutely adore it when you guys message me and send me pictures because you've been on your first endurance ride, or you've tried something that I have done on an endurance ride and you've said it's really worked for you, or we've just inspired you to go help at one. And seriously, that means the world to me when you guys message and tell me that you've given it a go and you love the sport, and you know, that's exactly what this was all about. So I would like to go through how to enter an FEI ride in the UK, so like how to enter your first 1-star, because what I'm hoping is there might be some of you out there that have already done the novice qualifications and you don't even know it, and that it's just a little bit daunting taking that next step. And if I don't get to go and do my first 1-star at Rushford, then I'm hoping there might be at least one person out there that might watch this that will go because of me. And that would be wonderful. So I'm just about to feed the ponies and poo pick, and I will take you through the process. Now, if you want to check out all the FEI rules yourself, they have a free app. And I download and get the new year one every year because sometimes they have very subtle changes. And because I'm a massive nerd, I go through the FEI rules and I write down notes that of the bits applicable to me to help me understand it, because there can be a lot of jargon and a lot of words and it can be a bit daunting. But basically the first thing you need to do is do your novice qualifications, and those are just normal EGB rides, nothing to do with the FEI in the UK. You don't have to register, you don't have to have done anything prior to doing these, so they are normal EGB rides. And if you look under qualifying for and competing in FEI events on the rules, there's only 4 rides you have to complete to be eligible to do an FEI 1-star. Oh, it's about to rain, Estrid. It's so warm. So you have to do 2 rides of between 40 and 79 kilometres, and you have to do 2 rides, I believe, between 80 and 100 kilometres, one of which of those I think can be completed as a multi-day. Yeah, so 2 single-day events, or 1 single-day event and 1 multi-day event. And it differs slightly to EGB rules, so to get up to advanced in EGB you do have to do more rides than to get up to 1-star level for FEI. But it's only 4 rides, and if you look at your ride card and you've already done those 4 and you've done them under 16 kilometres an hour, then you're already eligible for a 1-star. So the next steps are the bit I think that can be a little bit daunting, because it's very different from what we're used to in national events. Okay, so I'm just like taking breaks in between poo picking to chat to you. Next up, once you've done your Novice FEI qualifications, is to register with the FEI. So you don't have to do anything like directly with the FEI, you just go straight through EGB. So you go on the EGB website, and then in the shop, if you click on like the drop down, there's FEI services, and what you want is the FEI horse registration and the FEI rider registration. Now you'll need your passport details, not your human ones, the horse ones, and fill all of that in. Combined I think it was £50. And what happens is that then goes off to the EGB office, they confirm a few things with you, they make sure you've done your novice qualifications, and you then get registered with the FEI and you get an FEI number, which then means you can go on the FEI horse app and your horse is on the app, which is super cool. One thing to bear in mind for FEI entries, you do have to have a flu vaccination. I think it's within 6 months and 28 or 29 days, just check, but it isn't every year for FEI. So for national events you have to have had your flu vaccinations and they're valid within a year, and then for FEI events that then becomes 6 months and however many days. So check that, make sure you're within the standards before you enter your first FEI ride, because the last thing you want to do is arrive and then find out that you can't compete because your flu vaccination is out of date or whatever. So that's the only real difference in terms of entering. So you still do it on the EGB website. You don't need an FEI passport if you're doing a 1-star in your home country. So nothing really changes other than you get your £50 registration and then you enter the FEI ride on the EGB website. So entries for Rushford Endurance open on the 24th of June, and it would be really nice if we see lots of 1-star entries. I am crossing everything that we can be there, but we'll see. So yeah, 24th of June it opens. Now FEI rides are more expensive, and that is because they need, oh here comes Tiz for the butt scratches, we don't have long. They need more FEI qualified vets, officials, technical delegates, foreign delegates, treatment stables, and so much more than a national event requires to run. So it is a little bit more expensive, and my 1-star entry fee for Lavenham that I got back because obviously I had to pull out was, I believe, £215 for a 1-star. So it is quite expensive, but it's worth it. Even for the vettings alone, it is worth it. The vettings are super thorough, the vets are really lovely. Don't you bop yourself on the wheelbarrow, Tizzy? So yeah, get yourself registered, have a little look online and just enter an EGB ride like you normally would. Okay, where did we get to before Tizzy interrupted with her butt scratches? Yes, so you have done your novice qualifications, you have registered with the FEI through EGB, and you have gone on the EGB website to enter your 1-star as normal. You've made sure you've got the correct vaccinations in place. The only other thing you really need to do now before you actually go to your first 1-star is understand the rules. So go read the rules, make sure that it's all super clear, ask other people that have done it before. That's what I really love about the sport of endurance. If you do go to an FEI ride, it's not only FEI there, it's literally from grassroots pleasure rides all the way up to 3 stars, and the FEI riders and the really experienced riders are super friendly and will be more than happy that you're interested and enthusiastic and answer your questions. So if you have any, please do ask. Facebook in the UK is actually a really good place to ask. There's a either on the Endurance GB website, there's lots of individual group Facebook pages, and there's also Endurance Riders UK. So don't feel like you're in the dark and you're on your own, because I bet there are loads of people that are thinking about it that would love kind of a helping hand through the process. The other thing you can do is, once you've kind of got to that point where you're thinking, maybe I'll do FEI, we've got a really good Endurance GB development squad. The chef to keep is Anna Bridges, who also is co-organiser of Lavenham and Rushford, so thank you Anna for everything, and Lauren for everything you do for international endurance in the UK. But it'd be really cool to see more people on the development squad, and they really help you go through like the logistics and the rules, and there's opportunities to ride abroad and things like that. But yeah, so there's those things before you go. But I guess the main difference going to an FEI ride rather than a national is that you just have to do some temperatures. So you have to take your horse's temperature twice a day and just record it AM and PM. I think it's 5 days pre-ride, and that is just for biosecurity measures. And then when you go to the venue, there'll be a vet that meets you at the venue, and they will scan your horse's microchip, check your temperature log, take the temperature, make sure the horse is fit before allowing you like properly into the venue. But other than that, FEI rides in the UK run really similar to national rides, and if you've already done your 2 80Ks, then you already know the drill, so it's not that different. Poo picking done. Thank you for coming along with me. Let's just duck under here. I now need to top up their water. This is basically all I do now. Feed, poo pick, water, put cream on Estrid's cuts, and yeah, we go from there. Okay, ready and clean. Okay, so I really hope that someone out there is brave enough, and obviously is in a position, horse-wise, human-wise, financial-wise, time-wise, all of that jazz, to go and do a first FEI, and they weren't really thinking about it before. That would make my day. That would make me so happy. And I really love a FEI ride. The vettings are a little bit more thorough, and the vets are really experienced. Like, to put it into perspective, Estrid's vet bill for like an hour of vet time was £800. So £215 for what would essentially be 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 vettings with very experienced vets seems like an absolute bargain, doesn't it? And you get to go around wonderful countryside. They're always really well run. I like the way FEI rides are run. I like kind of the rule system and stuff. I mean, there are always pros and cons to everything, and the only real reason to do FEI is if you want to qualify for a championship. But in the UK at the moment, it does seem that the higher distance race rides, there are more riders in the FEI classes than the national classes, so you get a bigger field of play, which means more people to meet and ride with. And I just think it would be so nice to see British endurance have more international riders. I know there are so many other barriers than just desire to that, because I face them myself. I can't afford to do more than 1 or 2 FEI rides a year, and I don't know whether I'll ever be able to afford to do a championship or go into Europe again. But I'm going to keep dreaming. Even though we've had this little setback, I'm going to keep dreaming, and we're just going to do it one step at a time and see where we go. And I really hope that someone else comes on that journey with me. So let me know if you enter Rushford, or even let me know if you've decided to start your journey to getting qualified to do FEI in a completely different country. That would be amazing. So yeah, fingers crossed for me, guys, that I do get to do a 1-star this year. But if not, I really hope that someone else will for me.